Okay, we're going to go ahead and look at solving linear equations using the multiplication property. So let's go ahead and start our notes. The multiplication property of equality says if you have two things that equal to each other, so if A equals B, then if you multiply both sides by the same number, it's still an equivalent equation. So I could multiply both sides by C. So A times C will then equal B times C, as long as it's the same number. So whatever you do to one side, you have to do the other side. This is true for multiplication or division, because division is multiplication by the reciprocal. So we're going to use this property to solve this first problem, 7x equals negative 35. So my goal when solving is to get the variable by itself, so I know what x is. This operation here, when nothing's written, is considered multiplication. 7 times x. The opposite of multiplication is division. So I'm going to divide both sides by 7, which again is multiplying by 1/7, same idea. It's just easier to write it as division. And the reason this works is 7 divided by 7 is what? It's 1. So this basically goes away, and I have 1x, or just x. We don't usually write 1 times x. We just write x. Equals, and then on this side I have negative 35 divided by 7, which is a negative 5. So we have x is negative 5. So go ahead and pause this video and try the same thing with example 2. You want to solve for y. Okay, so to solve for y, this was multiplication again. Opposite of multiplication is division, so I'm going to divide both sides by negative 9. And you should have gotten y equals 9 divided by negative 9 is a negative 1. So just check your sign that you got a negative 1. Okay, if we go to example 3, we now have a division problem. N divided by 2 equals 8. So I want to get n by itself. The easiest way to get rid of that 2 is to do the opposite operation, which is multiplication. So I'm going to write this down here just to give myself a little bit more room. Opposite of division is multiplication, so I'm going to multiply both sides by 2. Remember, whatever you do to one side, you have to do the other side of the equal sign. So just to help you see what happens, this is 2 is the same thing as 2 over 1. These 2's here cancel, they're 1, right? And I'm just left with n equals 8 times 2 is 16. Okay, I'm going to help you start example 4. In order to solve for d, first thing I want to do is simplify this left-hand side. So I have a negative 5 squared. I want to simplify that first. Negative 5 squared means negative 5 times negative 5, which is a positive 25, equals negative 6d. Okay, so go ahead and pause the video and now solve for d. Okay, to get d by itself, this is multiplication. We want to divide both sides by negative 6. And I'm going to write the variable first. So I'm going to say d equals negative 25 6. And I could leave it like that. This doesn't reduce. Nothing divides into 25 and 6 evenly. Or you could write this as a mixed number. I'm going to leave it as an improper fraction, though. Just make sure it's always in reduced form. That means if there was a number that divided into 25 and 6 evenly, you would want to do that.